Turn towards love. Again, our primitive conditioning is to perceive ourselves as separate, to, as a separate organism, try to grab onto love or to push others away or to control. But we don't turn towards with open hands because we feel too threatened. So it always feels, or it can feel, quite vulnerable and risky to take the chance to turn towards love in a real open, undefended way, to let the light and warmth really wash through us. And yet it's the experience of connectedness that undoes our conditioning. It's those moments when we're with another person and the stuff falls away, and we just feel the good-heartedness and that we're there for each other. It's the moments when we just delight in a child's sense of wonder and just feel, wow, this is really what life is worth living for. It's the moments when somebody helps us when we're in trouble, or we help them and we feel, wow, we're in it together. Or for those that went to the march and felt, saw that we see the signs of build love, not walls. And there's a sense of, wow, there's an intelligence and a humanity and a heart around this globe that we are a part of. We need to feel connection. Anthony DeMello describes it this way. He describes how he had spent decades hating himself. He was a Catholic theologian, teacher, writer, wonderful, inspiring guy. So years with self-aversion, and all his colleagues and friends kept telling him ways he should change himself. Finally, one friend said, it's okay, you don't have to change. I love you just the way you are. And then he started changing because he needed that radical acceptance, that radical unconditional loving, that sense of connection, that mirroring, to say, you're basically okay. And then he was free to kind of shift. He didn't have to keep playing out the old patterns. So in our personal lives, we need to turn towards love. And we turn towards love by bringing ourselves compassion, by remembering those who love us. So it's in a meditative way we turn towards love. And we activate with others. Whether it's through a 12-step group, or in the Buddhist community, we have spiritual friends groups that meet, just small groups that meet every few weeks to share about practice and so on, with our friends, with healers. We need to feel connection. So this is in a personal way and a societal way. That's the movement towards healing. Van Jones put it this way. He said, real love is the strongest stuff in the universe. This movement is referring to this kind of growing global movement of caring community. This movement is built on that mama bear love. Love those cubs. Not going to let you mess with those cubs, whether those cubs are Muslims or women or the earth or Black Lives Matter. This movement is based on that kind of love. We need belonging. I read that since the 1980s, the percentage of Americans that reported that they were lonely doubled from 20 to 40%. And we know that huge numbers of people live alone. It affects health on every level. It affects our body, our heart, and our spirit. So back to our inquiry, how does this experience of suffering, instead of being the darkness of the tomb, something like that, being imprisoned in the cocoon, really be the darkness of the womb, something we really can birth out of? And we need to reverse the negativity bias that has us contract and judge, and on purpose choose to reflect on where love is. It needs to be part of our spiritual practice. These are the grounds. I've had a lot of conversations in these last weeks with different communities of care. And, you know, it's an interesting thing that's going on really in the kind of transformational movements right now, where those who have been activists for decades are more and more saying, I need a way to ground this activism in spirit, in heart, in consciousness. And those that are sitting on the cushion, not so active, are saying, I need to bring this heart and the spirit into action. And I think that this is where it becomes a suffering of the womb, of this coming together, of really grounding in spirit, in not believing our beliefs, in feeling our feelings, in turning towards love, that we then act out of love. And those that are already acting, reconnecting to the love.